Good morning. Hope you're going well today. So yesterday was pretty good. We had a few trades play out perfectly. That's really good. Hope you managed to catch one of those. So you see my screen. Let's go to the right one. Oh, I think the wrong watch list. Okay, watch list. Aussie yen on the daily. What do we see? Well, we talked about this last few days. We've had this doji kind of sideways action and a bullish day yesterday. Are we going to get some bullish follow through getting up to this resistance level? Let's have a look. And that's quite big. Let's trim that down a bit. Okay, so we've had a break of this trend line and a perfect retest yesterday, broken above the 4-hour 50. Not quite sure why this one's in here actually. What's this one in here? Oh yeah, so what we need to see here is we're expecting to go higher. We've had rejections at this level, very strong daily 50 rejections. We need to see a higher high first. So we need to have, it was actually heading up, now it's heading down again. Let's hope it goes up here to give us a higher high. So we've got a definite change of trend. Come back and turn to the 1-hour 50, and then we can trade up to those highs. There's something that's kind of in progress. We need a lot more work to do. We've got to go to these highs before we get a pullback. Then we have a CBO. As long as we've got a big enough break on the 4-hour chart as well, break and retest, then we'll have a CBO as well, which would look rather nice. And you could then have trading here somewhere, stop down here somewhere, and then trading up to these highs, I guess, would be a fair place to go. It's pretty good. So keep an eye on that one, see how that develops. Also depends a lot on what happens in the next few hours. You need to see a higher high first. All right, Aussie Kiwi. Well, the Kiwi had a bonsai day yesterday, lots of strength. Not quite sure why, but that's what we got. So we got a big breakdown on Aussie Kiwi because Aussie had weakness as well yesterday, and we're expecting that to continue down. We have a MACD on our daily. Yeah, kind of ho-hum that MACD, wasn't there? Nothing really obvious there leading up to this, but rejection of this resistance level anyway. So we're heading down. How's that going to look on our 1-hour chart? Question really just to wait for our pip snatcher. Pip snatcher, quick 1-to-1. The MACD looks good. We've got this last recent low is quite a big MACD diversion on that one, so not looking so good now. See that on here? We've got this low going to this low, starting to pull back on the MACD, and then this low here, which is a double bottom, it's pulling back again. So we're losing a lot of momentum there. Also, the 1-hour 50 is a long way behind, so it needs to pull back to the pivot and the 1-hour 50. We'll see how that looks in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. But I imagine the 1-hour 50 be too far behind to be a valid trade. So keep an eye on it anyway. You just never know. EuroCAD. So Euro had some strength yesterday. EuroCAD breaking away from the daily 50. A couple of 3 bullish days in a row now. We jump on board this one. Best thing here is a pip snatcher. And it's lining up with the pivot about now. The 1-hour 50 is still a long way behind. And it's EuroCAD, so I want to set up for another 8 hours or so. So potentially I'll just do a ABC correction and come down, wick the 1-hour 50, give an entry, get the price target. So keep an eye on that one. That may set up 1-hour 50's got to catch up and get away first. Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss, a very bullish run on Euro Swiss, breaking through the daily 50. Hope that's going to continue. So it actually seems to be accelerating, which is good. But when we get to the 1-hour chart, we can see it's accelerating away from the 1-hour 50. That's what happens when you get too bullish. So when it pulls back to a pip snatcher, it's not really going to be any good because the 1-hour 50 is going to be too far behind. Keep an eye on it. Again, we've got another 8 hours before it sets up. So Never know how it's going to set up. It may be a valid entry, but probably not. Let's keep an eye on it. Euro pound. Euro pound's been doing nothing for quite a long time, and now it's broken up again very strongly above the daily 50 and looking quite good, quite bullish. Is that going to continue? I want our charts MACD suggests it is. It's got some momentum there. Our pip snatcher is probably the best option here. Oh, could we have a CBO? Let's have a look. Maybe we've got a CBO lining up as well. So the CBO lines up directly with the daily pivot, which is good. So obviously the pip snatcher is an option, and it's good. We've got the 4-hour 50 in our stop zone and the daily 20 in our stop zone and the daily 50 in our stop zone. That all looks good. And Elliott wave wise, this is maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that looks good. If we're doing a CBO, get a pullback. CBO will be valid. There'll definitely be a break on the 4-hour and a pullback for a retest. The 1-hour 50's got some catching up to do. Got time on the euro pound, 8 hours, that's good. And the 4-hour 50 is just about where the 0.5 will be on the fib, so that looks good for a CBO. And we can take a profit target up to R1, would be an obvious one, 1.9%. Not bad, or you can push it a lot further. Probably not much further to go, so these highs then just above that. The daily, come back. Right button. Okay, so daily, maybe you could go for these highs, but yeah, so there is potential there. 4.5% plus. So it looks pretty good. If it pulls back a bit further, that's quite a nice one. Euro yen. Euro yen, again, it's euro strength. So we've broken above this resistance level, which is quite a strong one. We've had a few rejections here. So breaking above that, I think that's going to continue long. We've got okay, so this one's a bit not great because we've got a pip snatcher possibly, but we do have a double top forming. So we have to see how this one works out. But also we've got this MACD diversion potentially happening. So unless we need a higher high to keep this trend intact, and then we need this MACD to be higher. So we don't have a MACD diversion, it's to go higher and then pull back. So keep an eye on it, but it's not looking quite that good. Probably better ones out there. Okay, what's next? Kiwi CAD. Kiwi CAD, we've broken above this support level. We are now going through daily 50, broken through that, daily 50 and the daily 20. And just starting to pull back. Let's see what it looks like on the 1-hour chart. Okay, so we've got pip snatcher is probably the best one. Pip snatcher is the best one. And we've got daily 50 and the daily 20 in our stop zone, which is a good bit of protection before I stop. Quick 1-to-1, Kiwi CAD, any time of day, next few hours. 1-hour 50's got to catch up quite a bit, so we probably need to just hang around for a few hours, maybe put back a little bit and pull down for the 1-hour 50 to catch up. But we'll keep an eye on that one. It could work out well. Kiwi Swiss, probably not too dissimilar. Yeah, again, we've got a strong run up, breaking through the daily 50. I think that's going to continue. Hasn't really cleared the daily 50 yet because we haven't had a close above it. But the bullish strength of this one is pretty impressive. So hopefully it's got a little pullback. This one's maybe a little bit better than Kiwi CAD. Maybe there's 1-hour 50 is more likely to catch up in time. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. That could be a nice one. Kiwi yen, another Kiwi one because of the Kiwi strength yesterday. Kiwi yen, very bullish. They've been messing around with this daily 50 for quite a while. And also this trend line, which just seems to be hanging in there. I think it's back a few months actually, looking at the monthly chart. Oh, maybe not, maybe it's almost a year. But it's now clearly broken above it and then it's shot off. So did we get an entry on the 1 hour chart? 1 hour 50 is not too far behind, so there's a chance that this will pull back, give us a little pip snatcher. Or you might even want to play the hyper trade on this one due to the strength. Maybe the hyper trade's the way to go. To you how you play it, but it's definitely a 1-to-1 pip snatcher. Looks pretty good. And Kiwi dollar, the last one. Last Kiwi, so we have pullback towards the day 20 daily 50 zone. Nice move up off this support level. A bit of room, not much. But this is a nice looking CBO. So we've got, take this as a double bottom, which it probably is. Double bottom, wave 1, wave 2 pullback, wave 3. We're now in the wave 4 pullback. Would you count this wick? Don't know, probably not. So if you do get a good pullback to the daily pivot for a pip snatcher or the 382 for a CBO, lines up well with the 1 hour 50 and the 4 hour 50. So it pulls back in the next 2 or 3 hours. That could be a very nice looking setup. And there's almost 2% on offer up to the daily 50. So it looks pretty good as well. So there we go. There's a few things to look at today. Nothing that exciting, but a few things worth keeping an eye on. See how it looks in. There's a few that might play out soonish, and a few that might set up at the UK Open. So I wish you all the best in the markets. If you're not a member of ProTrader, you can go to scottprotrader.com, and there you can sign up for some free training, learn what it's all about, and see how you can change your life with this skill. So I wish you all the best. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. I'll see you then. Take care.